Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Ankit. Currently I work at ZS Associates. This video is a part of the series called Placement Process Explained. In this series, I've interviewed different people who have got selected into different companies so that you can have an understanding of what to expect in the placement process of different companies when you appear for them yourself. You can find the video on other companies on my channel. Do not forget to subscribe and join me on Telegram for placement related updates. With that, let's begin. Hi Anusha, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Ankit.
So, how are you, first of all?
I am good. In fact, like the pandemic, people are going through so many things, but we're lucky, we're grateful, we're privileged. There's been no problem as such. बस घर पे बैठे हैं, वही चल रहा है,
Yeah,
job and all.
true. All right. So let's directly jump to the point. Let's begin with your introduction. So, please summarize this. Like, which college do you belong to? What was your branch, and which company did you get placed in? And also, what was your CGPA when you were applying for placements?
Okay. I got placed at Axis Bank, and my role is a business analyst, but I'm in the data engineering team right now. So while applying, my CGPA, I don't exactly remember. I think it was 9.18 or something.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right. So, what does your day-to-day work I seem like at Axis Bank?
This is it's a financial background, so everything is related to banks and retail banking and like consumer end products and all that. So they explained everything कि क्या क्या होता है, how it is we market things, मतलब what are the channels. तो आप लोगों को जो इतने calls और messages आते होंगे ना कि your loan is pre-approved, this that. So उसमें काफी मेरा काम रहता है. I'm not like front end उस पे नहीं हूँ मैं. I am basically responsible for like, so we use a lot of tools, big data tools like Hadoop, Hive and all that, and SQL to use होता है. Apart from this, like I've built a few dashboards in our Shiny करके एक है. Then SAS and SAS visual analytics and मतलब all of these are like data related. And so yeah, मतलब initially थोड़ा करके you get used to it, you keep getting projects, and luckily my manager is very nice. वो मुझे एक ही स्ट्रीम में नहीं फोकस कराते हैं, यहाँ से एक प्रोजेक्ट, यहाँ से एक प्रोजेक्ट, कभी रियल टाइम एप्लीकेशन होगा तो कभी कुछ और. So basically my job as a data engineer over here is कि like I will be working on the databases, a lot of tables here and there, and probably I'm right now in the technical coding area only, but so business teams से requirement आती है, you understand it, you see what they need, maybe किस level पे उनको information चाहिए, and like I said, big data and dashboard kind of area में अभी तो इतना हुआ है. So yeah, that's it.
That seems very interesting. All right. So, going further into this, so what were the prerequisites for this role? Whatever you can remember, what was the like minimum CGPA criteria and what all the branches allowed in this?
So I think the mail that came out didn't really have any criteria. I think it was open to all branches and bare minimum 10, 12, 60, and probably CGPA also 6 above type का रहा होगा. But I remember when the shortlist came out for the first round itself, I think only 9 pointers were shortlisted. मतलब I don't first round में बिना कुछ बोले I think यही as eligible list आ गई थी. So this was the prerequisite that was there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and how many rounds were there in total in the placement process?
Okay. So there were 2 rounds. First one, I think we took from the Chennai campus only, because it was an online thing. It was based on aptitude. I think English, math, and logical reasoning काफी था उसमें.
Okay.
And the second round, for which we had to go to Vellore campus, was a technical cum HR round. Yeah.
Okay. So, can you elaborate a bit more on the first round? So, what was the level of the questions that were asked, and did you refer to any specific source to prepare for that?
So I think like anytime you're prepping for a placement, it's all a work in progress. ऐसा नहीं है कि तुमने एक दिन पढ़ लिया and that's definitely gonna help you tomorrow. हो सकता है एक महीने बाद जो exam हो, it may help you there. So it's just a continuous learning curve, I would say. And so what happened is, before the placement started, I wanted to give my GRE and finish it off, because GRE is valid for 5 years and I knew definitely कि masters करना है तो ठीक है work. I mean, I didn't want to keep it कि work करते करते I'll give my exam. So in fact I gave like the GRE on I think 8th July or something, one day before I had to fly back to Chennai.
Okay.
So when I was prepping for that, obviously maths and English got covered क्योंकि continuous aptitude type की चीजों में होते रहता है. So I was more or less in the headspace. See, ultimately everybody is good at math. Okay, I mean math and English तुम्हें अगर time मिलेगा, if you have the space and like the time to work, you will solve everything. The whole point is placements में you have a specified time limit जिसमें sometimes people get nervous. And sometimes तुम्हें आते हुए भी you're not able to do it. So that is the whole point कि see, ultimately if I give you a math sum, तुम शायद 5-10 मिनट में कर लो, but कर तो लोगे. The whole point is उसको 2 मिनट में कैसे करना. So that I think only continuous practice will help. It's like मेरे लिए तो ऐसा हुआ था कि when I was doing numbers were like floating in my head after a point, because just इतना तुम continuously कर रहे हो ना. So that definitely helped. And after I got to college, I didn't concentrate a lot on aptitude. The typical coding things, dynamic programming, this, that, उसपे थोड़ा, दिमाग फोड़ा था मैंने. And yeah, it was a continuous thing कि I just decided कि चलो continuously practice करते रहते, 2 ही question कर लो रोज. But yeah, ऐसे ऊपर नीचे sort of था. That was round 1.
Okay. Yeah. So, and go on and elaborate round 2 as well.
Okay, so round 2 was like a very hectic day for me. I remember sitting for hit wicket and access at the same time. So like we reached Vellore at what 5 or 6, so sorry, 7 or 8 in the morning. And the first round at 8 a.m. probably was hit wicket ka first round. I finished that, and while we were waiting for the results, they called me for access ka second round. So I was confused because मुझे दोनों profiles अच्छी लगी थी. Both were like I think product analyst and यहाँ पे भी analyst का ही था. So I was confused कि मैं क्या करूँ. Then I mean, see, Hitwicket was a startup. Access was an established organization. So I sort of chose कि क्या करना है तब. And I sat for the second round of Access. So actually, the technical part was very short. They asked me कि ठीक है भाई किस चीज पे काम किया है, what do you know, can you explain some of your projects. That's one important thing. They always ask you to explain your project. So make sure you have done something really good that is worth talking about, and एक दो ऐसी चीजें पकड़ो and explain them start to end कि how you approach the problem, how is it of value to the people, ultimately क्या होने वाला है.
Okay, so let me cut you out there. So, I mean, do you remember what were the projects that you talked about?
Yeah. So for my
like, what were they
project,
based on broadly, so that our viewers can have a good.
Right. So EC project ही थे. So TARP का जो project था, so that we explained, it was like a sleepwalking detector sort of, which sends a signal to your mobile or something if it can sense that you're taking steps. Apart from this, it also had other sensors. I think heartbeat sensor, temperature sensor, ये सब भी था. This was one major project I elaborated on. And एक और था, I think एक RFID scanner बनाया था, I think second year में. So that was like embedded systems type का related, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I don't remember कौन सा इसका था.
Right.
But yeah. So those were the technical things I explained. Then they asked what languages are you comfortable in, C, Python, and do you know, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and yeah, there was also the HR round, right? Combined with that.
Yeah, so it was combined. So it was like दो लोग आए थे, they'd flown to Chennai and they were taking my technical round face to face, and on the laptop on video call there were 2 other people who were, I think, probably sitting in Mumbai or Bangalore, and they took my HR round. So it was like 4 people were asking me questions, but 2 of them only present there actually. HR, actually they spent a lot of time in the HR round more than technical. I think they wanted to try and gauge what kind of a person you are. Matlab, see, technologies keep changing, right? Ultimately, they want to see ki how fast you adapt to new things. Are you willing to work towards that? Because college is very different from how the industry is, how your experience over here will be. So I don't think they expected कि तुम्हें सब आता होगा, because see, ultimately they have to train you and they have to model you into the person you become, right? I mean, that's what eventually happens in an organization. So they were more considered. I mean, they were considering the fact that how is this person, वो is he or she hardworking, is कि वो ऐसे मतलब है कि मुझे नहीं आता तो मैं छोड़ दूंगा, and इसका attitude कैसा है, that is what they were looking for, because they asked me a lot of teamwork related questions. What is team spirit for you, how do you work well with others, and कभी कोई criticism हुआ तो how will you take it, and give an example where teamwork plays a role, and yeah, अगर कोई colleague है जिसके साथ you don't agree, how would you approach that problem, because all these are things that happen in the office. Now that we're
They
there,
help
we
you
know
survive
might
in
not.
everyday life, right. So they wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
basically see how fit you will be in the company in the long run. Coming to the last question, I think we have covered everything pretty well until here. So last question is, what are the other suggestions or tips that you would like to give to the juniors? It can be regarding the placements or in general throughout the college process, what they should follow, because ultimately that is all that counts in total, right? It is not like your one day effort that is going to build anything for you. Yeah.
So major tip, sorry. Like खुद पे थोड़ा भरोसा रखो, because placement season is very challenging. I mean, your friends and peers are getting placed left and right, and you might face rejection. In fact, for me also, I think July में start हुआ था, September 6th is when I was placed. But make sure you see what kind of, see, there were people जो आया वो घर पे थे. I mean, चाहे वो कुछ भी हो, I have to have some job in hand. So I would say try not to keep this attitude, because see, what you work on, firstly you have to enjoy it, because तुम्हें दिन भर करना है your job. It's not कि college 4 साल का course है. I mean, it's start हो गया तो नौकरी start हो गई. So you have to try and enjoy it. So you have to be interested in that. So part of why, so Access was Dream. After that, I think I just started for Goldman Sachs and Super Dream because I was a financial analyst position. But otherwise, I stopped even looking. I mean, unless the role was interesting. So uh, make sure. So I can't tell you obviously, but try and attack those companies first जिनका आपको role बहुत अच्छा लगे, because बहुत फर्क पड़ता है उससे. फर्क पड़ता है in the sense that you should enjoy what you're doing firstly, and also if you have plans for your masters or something else, it should align in that ना. ये नहीं कि अब मैंने stack development किया and then I'm going for some other program only. I mean, there are cases like that also, because people eventually realize later on कि maybe I'm not interested in this, I would like to do this. But if you have पहले से थोड़ा idea on what you want to do, try and align the two. So that is one tip. Yeah, and मतलब बहुत आपको शायद, if you're from VIT Chennai, वेलो trips तो बहुत करनी पड़ेंगी. So just, I mean, me and my friends, we would just have Netflix. कभी rejection आ भी गया तो हम वापस hostel में आके movie देख लेते थे, pizza खाते थे. Be with people who inspire you, because it's very important during placement season. And I mean, yeah, see, you ultimately you have to be strong, right? So uh, people who make you feel good, who make you better, who inspire you to work towards that. I mean, try and increase your time with them. Another tip is, if you're planning your masters abroad, GRE, GMAT, जो भी देना है, see, the score is valid for 5 years. तो ट्राई कि आप कोई वेकेशन में बिफोर द प्लेसमेंट्स या इवन आफ्टर दे के खत्म कर दो, बिकॉज वंस योर जॉब स्टार्ट्स इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू टेक आउट टाइम. देयर आर पीपल ऑब्वियसली हु स्टिल डू दैट, and if you're capable of that, that's amazing. But I'm telling you, it is a blessing for me, since I'm also looking to apply for my masters probably next year. But it's a blessing कि मैंने already दे के खत्म कर दिया. I have time to concentrate on the other aspects of my application and stuff like that. So वो दे के खत्म कर दो, I would say. That's another tip.
Okay. So I think this was a very informative session, and we'll have to have one more session for your GRE preparation. You can probably give tips about that as well. So that will be some other time. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining me today, Anusha.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Do not forget to subscribe and join me on Telegram. Thank you.